Here we go. Male body standards are out of control.
For men, today's standards of muscularity are fucking
Muscularity, okay.
obscene.
We used to aspire to be like Brad Pitt from Fight Club. And now, because of this incessant drive of consumer capitalism, this incessant permeation of our brains subconsciously with social media algorithms.
Physique inflation is very real.
And it seems to be happening at an accelerating rate.
And fitness enthusiasts are concerned.
We are led like sheep into the slaughter to ever more muscular and lean physiques.
To the point where a great physique 10 years ago.
Can y'all imagine this is what used to be the physique?
Can be considered average or even bad by today's standards.
Mike Chang, Scott Herman, Jeff Nippard, their natural status used to be
My guy is built like dick and balls, I'm sorry.
perceived as highly questionable. Today, people are calling them average.
Follow the science-based guys. Why is it that you remain so mediocre, yet you know so much?
A shift we can see in Baywatch, Marvel movies, amongst modern superheroes, reality TV shows,
Yeah, Reacher's
and
crazy.
suspiciously muscular Netflix teenagers.
Can you rate this guy's
Can't see him. Oh.
Dad bod? Dad bod? Hello? Hello? Dad bod? Seriously? That's not dad bod. That's superhero bod. That's even worse than superhero. That's like water bod.
Can't see him. Oh.
What is wrong with you? You think this is a dad bod? Have you seen what most dads actually look like in the real world?
Experts
No, but dad bod just means that it's older, muscular, and hairy. Like that's what a dad bod is nowadays. You can't just pick a dad and say that's a dad bod. That's not how it works.
are worried it's an issue that's trickling down from the bodybuilding world, an illusion driving many to shortcuts.
Hot take, but I think guys being a little overweight like this.
A little overweight? It's crazy. That's great. That's rage bait. That is rage bait. I'm telling you right now, that is 100% rage bait, and we have all fallen to it.
Is attractive what?
Male body dysmorphia is on track to overtake female body dysmorphia within about 2 decades.
So why are experts worried? It's about to get a lot worse. And how did we end up in this position?
Is that what a man looks like?
Fight Club was a pivotal film on the turn of the century. People wanted to look like this. Impressive, but also realistic.
Seriously? It's like you're photoshopped.
Back then, performance enhancers carried a heavy stigma.
Take steroids and eventually everyone will see you for what you really are. A fake, a fraud, an asterisk.
But in bodybuilding,
Also, like, if you don't know what you're doing, and even if you do know what you're doing, like, there's a lot of risks with taking steroids.
they became essential. Each year, competitors pushed to get bigger and leaner, no matter the cost. From Steve Reeves to Jay Cutler, the look became more extreme. So everyday people
Jesus.
turned to Hollywood physiques for inspiration. Hugh Jackman, Chris Evans, Henry Cavill. But the extreme standards of bodybuilding had already begun to trickle into the mainstream.
There comes a day where being average, being mediocre, is just sickening to you.
Video blogs blew up, then Instagram, focusing the attention on the visual. Fitness wasn't just about health anymore, it was about aesthetics. And this marked the rise of the fitness influencer.
And I just want to share my experiences and advice of what's worked for me, what hasn't worked for me.
More and more influencers joined the scene.
I do think that fitness influencers are a nice subgenre of people. With my own experiences in gyms, for example, if you go towards the biggest guy in the gym and you ask him, like, or her, some help, they will be the nicest person you know, because they already live at the gym and they truly want to help you. Like, they are enthusiasts. And there are a lot of good TikTok influencers that do fitness influencing that call out the BS of most other muscle influencers or body influencers.
But it was ultimately the most impressive looking that rose to the top. Genetic outliers, with many suspected of taking shortcuts to get ahead.
Guys like Mike O'Hearn and Simeon Ped, those guys aren't natural, but yet they claim they are, and so they all
Oh, y'all want to talk about Liver King for a second? Wasn't that the one guy who was supposed to be he was supposed to be this like he only eats steak, and he's, let me see if I can find his picture. Here you go. Here's Liver King. Y'all trying to tell me that that guy's natty? That guy's just eating meat? Nah. He was a straight up con artist. He even made a Netflix documentary where he said that he has been using a lot of drugs, and also you shouldn't be eating any raw meat usually. According to Men's Health, the truth about Liver King came out in 2022, where he had some blood tests done and he had a lot of steroid and growth hormone dosages. I said, who the F cares? What kind of harm did I really effing do? My brother in Christ, you made harm when you told other people to eat testicles, raw testicles, online, and saying that this is how you get great physique. What are you talking about? You made a lot of money out of people who got tricked, who got scammed. Okay, moving on.
Also stand out.
The demand for more impressive physiques was reflected in Hollywood, with the remaking of Baywatch and progression of Chris Hemsworth, Zac Efron, and Hugh Jackman. But people began calling actors out for seeking progression of Chris Hemsworth, Zac Efron, and Hugh Jackman.
Which one do y'all think looks better? This one or this one? Honestly, I think the left one does look better, because the right one, we all know that my guy had a huge pump before this. This isn't natural.
But people began calling actors out for secretive steroid use.
Reporter Greg here, reporting the news. The Rock's lying! Hello, wake up and smell the freaking coffee!
This kindled the demand for humbleness, honesty, and transparency. So a new type of influencer emerged.
I am sick of fake influencers.
But some people started...
Okay, so this guy, I can't remember his name. He's a good dude, but he's on that. He's 100% on that, and he has even admitted it himself. But if I had to choose between a fitness influencer who uses HGH, aka human growth hormone, or steroids, versus a person who does it and also accepts it and says, like, is open about it, I'd always take the latter one.
Sick of fake influencers.
But some people started being a little too transparent.
You know the reason why I don't use steroids is because I don't like needles. That's 100% easiest reason why I don't do drugs or steroids. Only just no needles for me.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to teach you some steroid maths.
I immediately take back what I said. If somebody's online teaching how to use the drugs, that's too far. That's step too far.
Perhaps normalizing and glorifying steroid usage. It became less taboo and more accessible, which led to a sharp rise in young users.
That's why it went viral originally in short form, because nobody ever thought about posting videos of them injecting steroids and then working out.
That is without a doubt the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Some influencers began to use Photoshop and camera tricks to stand out.
These aren't the only...
What are you doing, my guy? Yeah, nice job having the white wall on your left, but what about the right side?
People in industry doing this. Check your newsfeed. If you follow a lot of fitness people, I guarantee you will find more that are doing this now that you're made mentally aware of it.
This became such a problem. The Instagram versus reality subreddit gained over 1 million followers, exposing many people for using filters and tricks.
Do I even need to...
Okay, I have the best Instagram reality post ever. So here's here's a Colombian man that says that he's 8.66 feet tall, and I think this is the funniest shit ever. Look at it. Look at it. Like, that's funny. That is objectively funny. What are we talking about? 8'66", really? Really? Oh, I see he photoshopped something else. My guy is bulging from... Also, he wanted to have milky nipples for some reason. And also his pockets are the biggest. That's great. That's amazing. That's great and amazing.
Draw the lines to show this is edited.
But what people watched trained the algorithm, so social media learned exactly how to keep you scrolling. Now, if you ask ChatGPT for the average male that goes to the gym regularly, you're presented with this.
Holy.
There's nothing average about this body for a 35 to 40-year-old male who goes to the gym regularly.
It worked this out from the internet.
Good old F me,
where
okay.
edited and optimized bodies aren't rare, they're the standard. Body dysmorphia is becoming a cultural aesthetic.
What was it? Big orexia has young men doing dangerous things for muscle.
Dysmorphia is becoming a cultural aesthetic as opposed to a mental health issue. To many, natural doesn't even look normal anymore. As highlighted by the recent trend, showing long-time lifters revealing their physiques in natural light, only to face brutal criticism. This is what 8 years of training looks like. Achievable in 1 year. This is 13 years of consistency. 13 years. You can easily achieve this in 2.
I do think that taking a rage bait of a comment and using it as a basis for a video is a bit sus at best. But I also think that, it's okay to make a point.
To 3 years. We're talking about bodybuilders here.
I personally don't think it's surprising.
Oh, this is the guy. I like this guy. I watch this guy's videos. He hates when everything is cottage cheese.
That so many younger people are taking a metric fuckload of anabolic steroids.
Yeah, or some worry about physique inflation. Others argue we're glorifying obesity. To understand what's really happening, we need to look at the data. Is the average man actually getting fitter?
Okay, so I do think, before I know the answer, I do think that we are starting to get towards a polarized civilization, right? Like, either you are on this side or you are on that side, and there's very little in between. So, like, saying something is average is kind of misleading. Like, if you used to have like 5% of the people who used to be really freaking fit, and then you had the other 5% of the people who used to be really freaking obese, and then the rest of the 90% of the people are like just average. Like, nowadays it's like 20 and 20 instead. So like the middle class of body physique, I feel like is slowly eroding.
The average American is 5'9", 200 pounds, with a 40.5-inch waist, putting body fat between 20 and 30%. Obesity is on the rise. The average American eats around 3,500 calories a day and takes just 4,800 steps. No wonder health span is falling. In fact, 1 in 4 people can't do a full squat, and 1 in 3 can't manage a single push-up, according to
Two, 4, 5. Okay, what about, can I? Oh god, there's too much shit in here. Four, 5. Okay, I can at least do 5. I had to test it out. Oh wait. But then again, I am Mikey the sportsman. Getting a big. See, didn't even lose my breath. But I do think that even though I don't look perhaps the fittest. Nope, wrong way. Even though perhaps I don't look the fittest, I am quite fit. Like, I can run 1.5 hours easily during like basketball. Like, I had to go and replace a guy on a basketball game, and we played 2 25-minute halves, and I played the entire game because I saw that the people going to the bench, so we had 6 people, so only one replacement, they were way more exhausted than I was. So I was like, okay, go on ahead.
To a UK fitness report. But the average fitness enthusiast is likely more muscular thanks to better information, equipment, and resources. A good thing, since the fitness industry has made things easier. If we look to powerlifting data, the average bench is somewhere around 250 to 300 pounds, squat 350 to 400, and deadlift 425 to 475 pounds. But those are trained competitive athletes. It's like comparing your reading speed to someone in a book club. The average 5k time for men, around 29 minutes, and that's only amongst those fit enough to sign up to a race. Here's what the average American man looked like.
I do wonder how well I could run these days. I hate running. If I don't get to run towards a ball, I'm like a dog. Like, I don't want to go. In that case, I don't want to go.
In 2011, the truth is, the average person looks nothing like the physiques that we're constantly being shown online. It's becoming rarer for people to maintain a healthy weight, and it's this stark, widening contrast that experts are worried about.
How old are you? 16. 16? But are you natty or not, bro? Natty. Wow, I respect the honesty, bro.
Today, there's more teenagers doing steroids than ever before.
It's crazy to me. Imagine, like, when I was 15, I was getting drunk off the side of a bush. I didn't know about steroids. I was outside, for lack of a better term. I don't know, to me it sounds crazy. Like, of course, alcohol didn't do me any favors when I was younger, but like, doing steroids at that young of an age will surely fuck up your internal organs.
People who have barely been training, jumping straight to enhancements. There's nothing
like,
today, there's more teenagers doing steroids than ever before. People who have barely been training, jumping
that this guy looks good? That you wish for this physique?
Straight to enhance.
He looks sunburned. Also, remember, you don't need to look good to get into a relationship. You only need to be funny. Training your funny muscle is way easier. Do that.
There's nothing respectable about taking gear at 16 years old. Period.
The rise of people using steroids while claiming they're muscle,
it is, the liver
or just
king.
eat chicken, broccoli and rice, is fueling unrealistic expectations, leading many to give up on their fitness routines altogether. Reckless performance-enhancing drug use and poor mental health. Perhaps a greater issue is not physique inflation, but deflation, where people think they need
using gear from day one, you don't even know what to do with the gear. Oh god.
TRT or steroids to gain a bit of muscle and look good. Patience is a dying art on social media.
For all the years up to this point, what people focused on was nutrition, workout routines. There is such a disturbing trend right now where those search terms and even those interests have been replaced by TRT, SARMs, peptides, Ozempic.
A recent study found that the fitness advice given by the most
#Fitspiration
fitness influencers is often either harmful or lacks credibility. Hardly a surprise when the most extreme stuff rises to the top. Fitness is becoming less about health and more about performance.
Yeah, Ashton Hall was crazy. Like, the idea that you wake up at, like, it was just crazy. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, like waking up at 4 a.m. just to do nothing, basically. Just push-ups, that's it. Then it was 2 minutes of pad time, like journaling time, so that you can watch YouTube for an hour. Okay, then 6 a.m. you go for a jog with a lot, too many jewelry. Why are you going to a walk with that many jewelry? Oh, you aren't even going to a walk. You just went walking? Or running, I guess? Also, the jump was 4 minutes. That banana peel, I'm still mad.
So looking at it, bro, we gotta go ahead and get in at least 10,000.
At least 10,000.
Thank you.
Sponsored by Saratoga. God damn it, Ashton. Oh, well. This one was my favorite.
What is bro so mad about?
He was looking at cutscene. You were looking at a cutscene. Here's another one.
Ranking funniest Ashton Hall moments. Comment your favorite.
It wasn't there. Oh man. Well, anyway, he breaks a bottle and then he had a camera ready for the bottle. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is craziness.
A hyper-reality crafted to maximize views. This is why people are suggesting that fitness influencers are a plague on getting fit. It's why what Martin Birkin coined f***arounditis is still such a problem. The tendency to avoid consistent effort and focus on unproductive activities, resulting in a lack of progress towards a goal. It's not one person's fault, but a deeper consequence of fitness social media. If you're not shredded, you have a dad bod. Bear in mind, many of these people are Hollywood superheroes, some of which have probably taken steroids. And this is literally Superman. However, a large reason...
This is literally all we want. It has a picture of top 5 men of all time living.
These sort of posts go viral is because they're such wild takes. Regardless,
yeah, it's rage bait.
There's a clear rising pressure for men. A study found 22% of men, aged 18 to 24, show signs of muscle-focused eating disorders. Even the godfather of American fitness.
It is said a lot of the times that if you have like eating chicken, rice and broccoli every day for years is an eating disorder. And that is not a take that fitness people are ready to take in. So all I'm saying is that is an eating disorder. It's a different type of eating disorder, but it still is an eating disorder.
Grew concerned about the mental benefits of exercise being neglected as the television was first invented.
Well, this is what I think. People have gotten so far away from the natural way they should be living that they have lost the ability to be happy anymore. Because you cannot separate the mind and the body. It's an impossibility. Exercise is not only to make you more beautiful, more glamorous, but the therapeutic value of exercise, how it relieves nervous tension, how it increases your pep, your energy, and your vitality. That's the wonders of exercise.
This is why for my own transformation, I limited the time I spent on social media, and it helped a ton. I didn't end up looking like Ashton Hall, perhaps because I didn't wake up at 3 AM, but I'm no longer built like ET, because I actually stuck to my routine.
You only fail if you stop.
Gym inflation might be a thing on social media and in comment sections, but in reality, things seem to be heading the other way. Most of the people mocking top-tier physiques or real fitness progress are just online too much, caught up in an echo chamber, inflated by physique inflation. That's why curating your media diet is crucial. Follow people.
I mean, that's like going like on your sofa watching a reality TV or a fitness campaign. You're eating chips. I would have done that better. Like, it's just people saying shit because they can. Just be a Mikey viewer, simple. Exactly. That's how you get fit.
People who actually benefit you, not negatively warp your perspective.
The term influence means to have an effect on the character or development of someone. Be mindful of who you follow and be careful of who you let influence you.
Be proud of your own progress and remember that a vast industry profits off your insecurity. In other words, it's best to focus on your own habits because it's hard to worry about other people's grass being greener when you're more focused on watering your own.
So, I think that this is kind of the same as with influencers in general. Like, people are way too hyper focused on having certain amount of views, certain amount of subscribers, certain amount of anything, followers on Instagram, on Twitter, and they're only looking at the 0.0000001% of the people. Like, for example, if you post a YouTube video, over 90% of the videos get under 100 like views. Having a video that does 500,000 is amazing, but it's not realistic. And I feel that's the same thing with fitness. My favorite thing is to look at NBA players. What they used to look like back in the day versus what they look like now. For example, we have David Robinson. Look at this guy. Oh, that's a bad picture. Like, that's pretty ripped. That is pretty ripped. But after he's done, see? You can't keep the illusion alive forever. And I think for people who aren't professional athletes, they should focus on being healthy. Being mega ripped does not equal you being healthy. So take care of yourself. Do get the information from influencers, but make sure that the influencers are actually there and they want to help you with your goals.